Well, there's been a lot in the news that we've been telling you about recently about COVID-19 vaccines. Both Pfizer and Moderna releasing promising updates about their vaccine effectiveness, both over 90%. But what does it mean for you and me? And when will life get back to normal? Well, Dr. Ernst von Schwarz joining us this morning live via Zoom to discuss. Good morning, doctor. Thanks for being here. When you hear all this talk about the vaccines, what do you think?
Well, first of all, let me say that kudos to biotech and big pharma. I mean, to develop a vaccine, Joe, as you know, it usually takes years and years from getting the drug testing, animal studies, clinical studies. I mean, big pharma and biotechnology companies like Moderna now have really achieved something which was unthinkable a couple of years ago, developing a vaccine, including doing clinical phase 3 trials within a couple of months. That started after March, basically, of this year. Now they have finished clinical trials. Pfizer's vaccine, for example, tested more than 44,000 patients in 6 countries with more than 90, even 95% effectiveness. That's amazing that we are at this point right now.
When we talk about getting this to people, what challenges do you see going forward to actually getting somebody into a doctor's office or to a pharmacy and getting a vaccine for COVID?
Well, first of all, as you know, Pfizer as well as Moderna both are in the process of applying for an emergency use authorization by the FDA. And that is usually also a long-lasting process because there's different advisory boards which have to play in. We're waiting for that. Once that is approved, of course, then the companies promise, both Moderna as well as Pfizer and BioNTech, that they will provide millions, if not hundreds of millions of doses, and half of them are supposed to go to the US. So once that happens, hopefully in December, meaning before the end of this year, then the plan is obviously to get the vaccine first to the people at highest risk, healthcare providers, first-line responders, and so on, and the elderly, meaning those in senior citizen homes and hospitals, and the ones with heart and lung disease. And after that, in a second or third phase rollout, then it's supposed to be distributed to the general public, which most likely is not going to happen before spring next year.
And then real quick, I know one of these two that we're talking about, Moderna or Pfizer, would take 2 doses. Is that correct?
Actually, both do.
Okay.
The Pfizer BioNTech product 3 weeks apart, the Moderna product 4 weeks apart. That's injection subcutaneously in the arm. It will be challenging to distribute it, but it will be free for all of us, basically.
Dr. Ernst von Schwarz, great update there on the vaccine progress that has been made against the coronavirus. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Joe.